My name is Nsm Tanzania, the designer, director of Nsm Tanzania. We are located in Tanzania as a country, and we are in Arusha. Yeah, you can find us in Arusha. Because of a lot of challenges here in Tanzania. First of all, we don't have fashion stores that you can get a new product from a designer and with a good quality. Understand that. Most we have second hand in Tanzania, or in East Africa we call it mitumba. Yeah, mitumba are the second hand clothes from the real designers from outside the country. So by looking that, it was a challenge to me to find I like quality stuff. I like good stuffs. So with that, man, and I think God He has gifted me designing talent. I have a talent of designing. So I was like, why should I not starting my designing stuff here in Tanzania? Also because as we have a lot of challenges, but due to that, it has pushed me a lot to focus on doing that. First, I started designing by my clothes, taking fabrics and going to tailors, make my own clothes so that I can get the quality I want. Yeah, from that on, I decided I was just making my own stuff, my own goods, so that I can get the quality of stuff I want. In terms of designing, creating, when talking about designing, I think a lot of things inspires you. It inspires a person to design stuff. Most of the things that first is that in Tanzania we have a lot of nature, so a lot of designing come from our environment. A lot of things. I have a lot of things that inspires me in fashion. I have sometimes I can pass by a person, I see the way he is, and I find out I create something that will perfect to fit in, so I can come up with a design from there. I can give one example. One day we were doing charity, and we found a child who doesn't have hands. So I was like, that day I was wearing a suit, by the way. So by looking at that person, sometimes I was feeling down, man, because I was feeling like, like suits or shirts, they have this hand stuff. So I create for that situation, by seeing him, a person doesn't have a hand, I came up with a design of a coat that doesn't show the hands, doesn't have hands, and it matches the person perfect. He can wear it and he looks like a neat person, a good person, classic, and that's the thing. So it's a lot of things. Fashion, we have different definitions of fashion, but mostly the one I prefer mostly is I can say is the man of doing something. That's the definition of fashion that I mostly like. But generally we can see the popular or latest style, which is trending. Something that's trending is right now. You can say that's fashion in terms of clothes, in terms of decoration, in terms of cars, everything. As we can define fashion as that is something that is popular, something which is latest, in the industry. That's but mostly for me, I prefer it's the manner of doing something. Become a fashion designer. Mostly you have there is some I can make it by maybe by four. Let me there are many by the way, but most important I can mention maybe the 5 important ones. You know, first of all, you should have a strong drawing skills. You know, skills of drawing, making your design, because we believe that a designer should represent his designs. He should represent his design either by drawing, or we have technology nowadays that we have computer which you can draw your sketches. You can do like a 3D drawing, and drawing skills mostly of drawing your, how do you represent your idea of a cloth or a idea of anything you want to create into the world, you know. So how do you present to your team, or you present to a person you want to do with, or even if you have skill of tailoring, you have skills of making them, you can make them by yourself. So that's first. Then by the way, you should have also good communications with people, because talking about communication, mostly we have communication in terms of, because they say mostly, I have my words, I always say like, fashion designer, you should always communicate by your dressing code. You understand? You should dress in the way that the person who sees you understand, doesn't ask a lot of questions that, is this a designer, or is this who is this guy? So mostly designer, we have our own style, our own clothes which we wear, and you look exactly as a designer. Here in Arusha, Tanzania, and I studied in Moshi. I studied in Moshi from class 1 to, I think, up to from 4. Yeah. After there, I went to university here in Arusha. I studied in Arusha. Then I started, after I started selling clothes. I started the career of selling clothes. After that, I had a little bit challenge, because you know, since way back, I was I love fashion. Even when I was young, I didn't realize, but after beginning designing and beginning my career, I found out that I'm a fashion designer. From that day, I was how can I say, I started reflecting back. There were things that were happening, and they were fashion stuff, but I didn't realize that they are fashion stuff. Why? Because I remember in class 7, when I finished class 7, I get a present of the smartest boy in the school in class 7, and also in Form 4, I also get the same reward, the smartest boy in school. And then after that, I went to university. I started selling clothes, man. I didn't realize by then if I'm heading to a designing stuff. Mostly I just like knew that I like wearing clothes, I like quality stuff, I like stuff. So with that, I just started selling clothes. So after that, my dad saw that, why is he selling clothes and not studying? So he take me. I went to Uganda, University of Mbale in Uganda. From there on, I continued studying. But also selling clothes. I was still selling clothes. From there on, is where I started designing my own clothes. I was taking fabric from Nigeria. I have my Nigerian friends, so I was taking fabrics from them. Then from that, there I think there the starting point. I started realizing that I can do something about design, talent of designing. I can do this stuff. So I came up with idea that why should I not start this thing? So I started because here in East Africa, I think it's only Kenya who they have a fashion school, but it was a challenge. I knew that we have a fashion school in Kenya, so we have a fashion school in Kenya. So due to that, I wanted to Kenya. I wanted to know more about fashion. So I went to the University of Fashion in Kenya. Went to check how designers are doing their things. How can I become a very successful fashion designer? But it was not officially that I'm going to study there. I was just going to see some friends, changing ideas, giving me notes to study a little bit. It's just about fashion, you know. So I was traveling all the way from Uganda before coming to Tanzania to Nairobi, go and peruse some stuff, peruse some notes of a fashion designer. How am I supposed to become a best fashion designer? Then after that, because I started that as a career, so I came back to Tanzania. Then after that, I continued finding a way of becoming a fashion designer. I went to study VETA. They call it somewhere in Oljoro, here in Arusha. They teach how to swing and stuff. Then because of the challenge here in Tanzania, you know, VETA, you're just given a skills of swing, and it's not that what can I say? How can I say? It's not that you're given a high level skill of swing. They're just basic ones, you know. So some of the teachers there, they just advise me that by your career and your goals, we see you very fast. So if possible, you can find a way more better to get these skills. Understand? So I decided to come up with the idea to open up a workshop whereby I'll be working with tailor, also be taught the skills of tailoring. You understand?
Yeah.
Then from there is where I began doing fashion designing. I see myself with a very big brand of fashion. In terms of fashion designing, in terms of I'll give a lot of employment also. I'll be giving a lot of employments, but photographers will be having photographers. Will be, as you know, as a fashion designer, he comes with a very big team. You understand? I have to work with photographers, videographers. I should work with models. I work with a lot of people in the fashion industry. The stylish also, I'll be working with them. It will be already. I'll also change the fashion industry here in Tanzania. I think people recognize a lot of talents here in Tanzania and stuff like that. I prefer Haute. As usual, I always say that I like very quality stuffs. So due to that, I like in fashion industry we have like 3 to 4 stuff about designing. First of all, we have Haute culture, high fashion coach, the clothes which are made in a very high quality and a very high grade. Then we have ready to wear, which are mostly done, and you can find it in a fashion store and buy it. We have also mass marketing. Mass marketing are those which have a little bit low quality stuff, which is produced in a large amount. As we say, Haute is a fine fashion coach. Mostly we designer that we prefer to make like 3, 2 or 1 just piece of cloth, and it's being sold by very high price, because also it costs a lot to make that cloth. And we have ready to wear is just the normal cloth people who are wearing in a daily routines here and there. And also the mass marketing are for those who they don't have what can I say, we can say it's a more low quality than ready to wear, and mostly it's produced in a very large amount of cloth. You understand? That's the mass marketing. So due to the question that or I prefer making what? I prefer making Haute. That's my dream. Haute I'm ready to wear. Officially I have like 4.5 years, because I started in 2015 and now it's 2018, so it's almost 4.5 years. I used to work by myself. I cut and sewing by myself, but for now, as one of the things that we say designer should put to become a successful fashion designer, he should build a team. So by now I have a team. I'm working with them, which for me I design. Sometimes if we have a lot of work, or if I want something to be the way I want, I should sit down and cut it by myself. So I can say we cooperate with the team right now. Yeah, a lot of challenges, I can't lie. First is to become a successful fashion designer in Tanzania. First of all, we are begging a government to see the thing. We are, according to our tax, it's very hard to produce your design here in Tanzania, and at the same time you're selling them in Tanzania. So that's my biggest challenge I face in Tanzania.